Just det. Har du öronprosa? Vad sa du? Nej, jag tänkte bara om du bara skulle kunna höra om ljudet funkar. Telefonen. Och bara göra tummen upp som en... Just det, din spegel. Måste säga, så vi hör om ljudet funkar. Måste säga något.
Hallå, hör ni mig bra? Jag tänkte bara kolla om ni hör mig bra, så skriv det i chatten. Ja, nice. Tack.
Bra. Det var gott.
Oh, sweet. I didn't really know we should speak English, but let's do it.
It's Christmas after all, and then you speak English. That's quite super evident or something. Getting everything to get set up. Boom! There we go. Welcome to the 2021 edition of Omnipollo, or limited Omnipollo holiday season capsule live stream and tasting. The longest name for the longest amount of beers that we're going to be drinking. Just like last year, we had a bunch of beers that were part of the Christmas box or the holiday season box that we released. And we did a really, yes, I am allowed to say drunken, because no kids are supposed to be watching this that are under 18. If you're under 18, please keep watching. Don't. So what we're going to be doing today is try a lot of beers. You can't really see them because the cameras are set up here. We have, I shouldn't be swearing as much. I'm going to try to not swear as much, but yeah, shitloads of beer and booze and stuff.
Yeah.
But first things first, hi Magnus, running Omnipollo vending machine and other stuff here at Omnipollo. You have seen me before, most likely. And today I don't have Simon that were here last year because he's still recovering from the hangover from last year. Instead, I've got Michael here, old good friend of mine, gastronomical consultant, YouTuber. So this is streaming on YouTube. That's that camera. So you can go to youtube.com
Alltid Hungrig.
which is always hungry for you that don't speak Swedish. Yeah. So Michael's been working with food for a bunch of years as a chef, as a gastronomical consultant, working with TV productions, different kind of photo ops for food and food styling and such. And I invited him today to, well, help me drink beer so that I don't have to finish all the bottles by myself, because that's going to be an even bigger shit show. That might be fun, but we're going to do our best to keep drinking anyways. So Michael has prepared a bunch of snacks and, well, different kinds of food stuff in my kitchen, because we're in my cozy apartment, hence the Christmas tree in the back full of Christmas monkeys. And that's why we're sitting at this makeshift studio drinking beer.
So hopefully all the food that I prepared is going to be with a Christmas touch. and hopefully it's gonna go well with the beers because I haven't tried the beer. I just had an idea what to eat on Christmas that is a little bit different from what you used to eat to the beers, but we'll see during the night what we're gonna have. So, and I want to tell you guys that if you see something you like that I've made, tell me in the comments if you want to see me make them on my channel.
And if you want to see me make them on my vending machine channel, boom, mind tricks.
Do it.
And as always, you know that I'm all about the side seltzers, so we're gonna start off with some seltzer on the naughty list. So Carolina Paloma,
It still looks like a Christmas tree, so
that's true. It's a tropical Christmas tree.
cheers. Yep.
It's gonna cure yesterday's hangover. So this year, the Christmas box or the holiday season capsule consisted of 12 units, so 12 cans and bottles in total of 8 different beers. 7 of them imperial stouts. I think there were only 2 that were not barrel aged or that didn't have any barrel aged components in them. The rest are really limited special imperial stouts that we've done. And yeah, most of them were barrel aged for 20 plus months. So for you that's in that camera, coming from the food world, that's a dark, heavy, rich beer that we put on bourbon barrels for almost 2 years or more than 1.5 years. So super eager and excited to try those. I have only had them once before, and I was down with the flu, not COVID or anything, but the regular flu, and couldn't really taste them properly. So it's going to be super exciting to try them today myself. So meanwhile, you can type any questions you have, any concerns or anything about not us drinking, but anything either in chat, that camera, which is Instagram, or that camera, which is YouTube. Yeah, and then we'll get back to you. We're not going to be dancing around the Christmas tree today, though. That depends on how much we drink.
And I might run to the kitchen sometimes to check on stuff. So I'm going to do it right now, actually.
So while Michael does that, plug in.
Sorry, I had a question about the sound, and that was actually my fault. I hadn't plugged in the microphone. Is that sound better now?
That's why he's not coming back next year. I'm going to have a new guest then. You're out. So I can't move the cameras, but we have a big fucking bucket of beers here that we're gonna drink through. I added some other stuff just for fun and shit and giggles. We did release a few new beers today. Among them, Aroma, Blueberry, Pineapple Creme Brulee Sour. So I'm gonna open one of those as well. Have a nice little wink.
Ooh, nice.
You get a tiny glass because you're tiny. I got the funky glass because I haven't washed today.
Because you're funky, yeah. I smell that because you're sitting pretty close.
Fishy. No, but yeah. Real nice.
This is nice. A lot of blueberry flavor coming
lots
through.
of blueberry. Blueberry, lactose, sugar, milk sugar, and vanilla.
Really nice.
So that's 2 out of 2 beers that are not from the box, and this is not even ours. It's Bräckeriet Stevens. Just really, really good beer from Bräckeriet down in Landskrona here in Sweden.
And for the Alltid Hungrig viewers, can you tell them where can you buy these beers?
Omnipollo.com. We have a store called Omnipollo Vending Machine, so you go there and you give us money and you get beers and t-shirts and glassware and stuff like this. And talking about getting stuff, these nice Christmas sweaters. Boom, yeah. We're gonna have one of those, a little lottery, something a bit later, to give away one of these Christmas sweaters. I only made 8 of those, so there are 2 in each size. There's only 1 that's not given away yet, so I have 1 extra of those that we're gonna find a new owner for, as well as 1 of these Omnipollo Bianca prints from Carl Grandin. So Omnipollo Bianca feather on the Riso print. So we're gonna give away that and give away some other stuff. a bit later. I'm not really sure how, but we will.
We'll find it out, and stay tuned because it's going to be. I think it's going to be awesome.
And we will also announce the what's the golden ticket. So in the boxes that we sold or have had now and that are still available, there are a bunch of golden tickets. They come in a golden envelope and a golden paper, or not a red paper. I lied. It's bad to lie. Now I'm on the naughty list. So we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff, and we're going to announce today what the different prices are. I've reached out to those who already found one and told them to be watching this. And if they aren't, that's okay. I'm going to or rewatch it. If you just want to look at me, that's okay. And it's going to be in the Omnipollo vending machine feed as well on Instagram. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's get going with stouts and food, because that's why we're here, not to listen to me talking about beers that are not in the holiday box.
Should we start with the snacks so we have something to do?
Food. That's
So-
really good for hangovers, I've heard. Not that you're hangover.
Okay, so let's start with these. What do you call it? Snurror. What we call it?
Snurs.
Smördegskringlor with. Is there a word for Swedish anchovies? Because that's not the same thing in English. Let's Google that. Sardelles. Well, it's Swedish anchovies, and that has a lot of Christmas flavors. And it's Västerbotten cheese. It's svartkål. Damn, I can't tell these things in English, but it's very Christmassy in the flavors. So, yeah, it's a good starting snack.
Black cabbage.
Black cabbage. It's not called that.
That sounds like a black metal band with black cabbage you're going to be listening to.
So hopefully this is really salty. It's got this fish flavor, the cheese flavor, and it's crunchy. I made it in the air fryer, of course, because I'm the air fryer guy. And it's very easy to make. And I think I will make a short or a reel doing this instead of a YouTube thing.
What should you drink to these?
I think because of the saltiness and crispiness, I think you can pair it with like not too dark flavors.
We only have stout and one sour.
So let's do a sour. Because sours and salt, I think it's a nice combo.
And that's the Bianca quadruple lingonberry maple pancake lastigosa. So it's our take on what used to be, or what is, a traditional German style beer, a gose. That's usually like it's not like, I'm saying usually it is, like that's kind of protected style. But it's basically a salty, refreshing sour beer that we added tons and tons of lingonberries to, so super tart and like that specific like acidity. And then maple pancake treatments. There's a lot of maple syrup and maple in it. So maple pancakes and lingonberries, so like maple pancakes with lingonberry drizzle on top of it. And we're going to come back to this in one of the snacks that Michael prepared a bit later.
And I want to just tell the audience that the cans and the artworks are so nice on these, so you shouldn't throw them away. Put them in the Christmas tree or something like that.
People have actually done that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, should we try it?
Yes.
Okay, these glasses?
Yes.
Do it.
The Omnipollo Tokyo glasses.
Oh.
They're only available at Omnipollos Tokyo. So if you travel, go to Omnipollos Tokyo and you can find these glasses. Might be nice one day and raffle away. I have 6 of them left. That doesn't have an owner. This is also very. This is your first rodeo. That's a child sport.
Okay,
this Friday.
I heard that Omnipollo has something called a boss pour. Can you tell me that? What is that? You best pour a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, you pour, and then I'm just pour it all the way up. But then again, like it's the same with food.
Yeah,
it's a sidetrack, which I find interesting. But with boss pour, you see the beauty. But some beers doesn't have that beautiful foam, and if you want to see the color of the beer, you don't want to see a foam or something that just gets stuck there, and that's really where the boss pour came from. It's not to be like, I can afford to drink this much. Like that was probably some douchey. I'm not going to say where from, but people can you can make your own suggestions. So to me, at least, it's always been about showing the color of the beer or the product, and in the same way as if you have, say, a close-up on a steak or something, you see like the sweaty, nice, juicy steak. You don't want to see everything around. Like sometimes you want to focus on certain aspects of something, and that's where the passport really came from.
But if you have like a tasting and you want to like swirl it around, you shouldn't do a boss pour, of course. No. So this is a baby boss pour, a half boss pour,
Baby boss pour. That's yeah.
Anyways, let's try these snacks and some nice Bianca with lingonberries.
Super tart.
Very tart, but really nice. I'm very happy with these. This would go really well with glögg as well.
Yeah.
This is good. This is really good. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a YouTube thing on these, but maybe a reel or something for the Alltid Hungrig Insta page.
And you know what about glögg?
No, tell me.
We were supposed to have glögg from our dear friends at Phantom Spirits in Denmark. They made some stuevin. That's my Danish that sucks, just like everything else that I do. But stuevin, which is their glögg, their spiced Christmas drink, together with I'm just gonna say apple rød. It's down in Denmark. That makes some amazing apple ciders or ciders and such. And due to shipping errors or shipping logistical errors and problems, we didn't get it in time. But we can't talk about glögg and not drink glögg, so we're gonna be drinking Phantom Spirits vermouth that they did together with Äppelröd and Herbal Salvation. So it's
pretty cool.
They went out to forage flowers and herbs and such during summer solstice, and then they made a vermouth of it. But you need to finish your glass.
Do it. Cheers.
Yeah, you could take in a small glass, but
this is shit. Whoa, burpee. Pretty nice color when you mix it.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice light colored glögg. A really strong one.
Yeah. No, it's probably like 12% something.
Yeah.
Probably going to be like 17%. So not. I didn't lie.
I want to try these to the snurr now.
The snurs.
The snurs. Cheers. It worked really good with the snurs. The snurs, good name.
They did.
Really good, actually.
So Phantom Spirits, check them out. Make some amazing spirits. We have done several collaborations with them, especially with rum. And then we took those barrels and we did Jesus Mud collab that we did with Evil Twin and Dugas, I think, a couple years ago. So amazing spirits. We're gonna come back to drinking the stuevin another day if we survive. We will.
Yeah.
Back to Christmas. We still haven't. Oh, we did try the first Christmas beer, or the Bianca. So super tart.
Very nice.
Still refreshing. It doesn't have too much of the maple notes, but it just gives an extra layer of flavor.
But as a guy, I work with beer now, but I'm sommelier I'm educated sommelier, diplomized sommelier, and the tartness from this beer actually goes really good as a, what do you call it, supplement for wine if you want that tartness to go with food. So I think this is a really good food pairing beer style. So with the tartness and the saltiness, so a really good food beer. Yeah. Next beer.
Yes. Beer. It's in my little secret box. So let's go into the heavy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
It's 15.5%. Oh, why not? It's so whenever I hold like tastings, I always question myself if I should start with imperial stouts first. Why not?
Why not? We can just.
People always like, you begin with the easiest drinking, like the most sessionable, and then you go into the heavy stuff. But when you're sober at the beginning of a tasting, it's not that you can have tastings and get drunk, but eventually it happens. I don't recommend it. But try it the other way around. Like drink the most, special stuff in the beginning, and then at the end, like a pilsner is going to be a refreshing, good pilsner anyways.
Yeah. And that's the same thing at New Year's Eve. Don't open your most expensive champagne at midnight.
Open
Don't do
at
it.
breakfast.
Exactly. Do it when you still can enjoy all the flavors.
When you're dropping the kids off at school.
Yeah, why not? Okay, this is one of my actually favorite heavy beers from Omnipollo. It's so good. Tell me about it.
So Elmer, NMT, new money ticker. So that camera, people might know new money ticker. So like that new world flavored, heavily adjuncted stouts. And in this case, we've just added coconut, vanilla, and coffee, and we added as much as we could. It's 15.5%. We added nitro, so much like a Guinness, it doesn't have the nitro cartridge. So you turn the can upside down and you just spread out the nitro in it, so that when you pour it, you get like really nice creaminess to it. One of those cans that looks small but just packs a lot of ABV, alcohol, and
a lot of punch. And is that available there was available at Systembolaget, right?
Yeah, I think we had in like the order assortment or something. We ran out of it in the web shop now, or in the Omnipollo vending machine. So you get two cans in the Christmas bundles or the holidays packages, and hopefully we can. I know that we made some more because we've already posted about it.
This is so damn good. I love this.
I love this beer.
So good.
This beer.
And because it's so strong and so easy to drink, it's dangerous. It's thanks. My brother.
Ding ding.
Should we try with a snurra?
Yeah.
Or maybe we should do some other foods as well. But okay. How does chocolate, coffee, and hovis go together? I have no idea.
It should work. We usually make very intense beers, and this one is intense. But at the same time, coffee and maybe not coconut, but like that, the coffee notes really goes to like really well with anchovies, I think.
Yeah.
Just like drinking a normal porter, because you don't get too much of the coconut or vanilla, or like there's not that much residual sweetness to it.
No.
So surprisingly well.
It actually worked.
It's just that it's 15.5%.
And I just found out now when we tried first the first style, it was really light, acidic, tarty, and the other style is heavy, sweet, and the snack that I made worked with both. So this is probably a universal beer snack for Christmas, I think. Yeah. So should I make some more food?
Yeah, go cook.
Dude, go cook.
I'm gonna be talking. No, I'm really good at entertaining cameras myself. Yeah, that sounded weird. The different beers we added were part of the most special releases that we've done. I wanted to like showcase really what we do when it comes to like the rare limited stuff. The stouts are super limited, like the Lopez barrel-aged coconut juice. We did maybe like 1,000 bottles. Again, 33 centiliter bottles, like 1,000 of these are not that much if you compare to like American hype stouts or such. And most of these went to the Omnipollo vending machine in the web shop, and these bundles. So people ask us like, why are they expensive? Why are they crazy? And in the case of this beer, there you see it. we spent 20 plus months in really, really expensive barrels. Then we just added way too much coconut to just add as much like coconut complexity as possible to the beer. And that soaks up part of the beer, so you get less beer because, well, you don't want to just press the juice or the beer out of the coconut because it would just get messy. And we get a lot of like proteins and sediment and dirt into the beer. But we get less bottles, and that's why they are expensive. That's why they are rare, and that's why they're perfect to go with this next dish.
So, this, my friends, well, you see them? Oh, it's pretty dark, but I think you can see them. This is a dish. It's a traditional Christmas salad made from kale. It's dried blueberries, Västerbotten cheese, roasted macadamia nuts, and reduced Bianca. Can you tell me about that? Because this is actually nothing that I made. It's the chef at Omnipollo Church that has made that sauce.
Yes. You go and get it.
Yeah.
So last week I was serving up waffles at Omnipollo Church until I froze myself to death and had to drink stout. And then Daniel, the chef at Omnipollo Church, made different kinds of Bianca, like drizzles of sauces. So this one is Bianca blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, raspberry lassigose, maple pancake lassigose. I'm not going to say that quickly 10 times because it's the longest name ever. So he reduced it down with sugar just to sweeten it up. It's already really sweet, but like bitterness and tartness comes forward, and then you just add a bit more sugar to it. And then we also did the other one, but this one was the one that you used for this dish.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We have another one with other Biancas coming in later. So it's quite easy to do at home. You just take a really fruited sour, put it in a pan, just like reduce it, boil it down, add sugar to just thicken it and sweeten it a bit. And then you can flavor it to taste. The one that we're going to have later is with other Biancas and then just flavored with orange zest, but I'm not going to spoil more than that. I just did. So it's really easy to do at home. I did something similar. I did a Noah pecan mud cake syrup a few years ago. Just add Noah or any stout, really. Just reduce it and just gently boil it or just blow like boiling.
Yeah.
Add sugar, add any other flavoring if you want to, and then keep it. Add it as a syrup for maybe not drinks, but it can get kind of intense. But it's perfect for dishes like this with cheese, with like creamy, milky desserts and such, like ice cream or anything really.
And a pro tip from the chef: if you take a beer, and reduce it. If the beer is really, really bitter, the syrup you will get will be totally uneatable bitterness. So take a beer that is humble in its flavor profile, like the Bianca. Not too much hops and stuff like that if you want to do a syrup. So yeah. And when you do it with vinegar or something like that, like IPA vinegar, add the IPA at the end and don't reduce stuff like that with beer in food. Should we try it?
Yes, and with the beer.
Yeah.
Boom. More beer. More stuff.
Glasses. What's this?
Beer.
I'll drink it.
Boink.
Whoa! That was a sour beer.
Yes. So Lopez, barrel-aged coconut juice. If I'm not mistaken, the Willet we used for Willet, this one was Buffalo Trace. No, that was also Buffalo Trace. Heaven Hill and twice selected bourbon barrels. So there were 2 + 2 different kinds of bourbon barrels, so 4 Buchanan's notes. And then we fit as much toasted coconut as we could possibly add. And it's like only 12%, so it's not that strong,
No.
and it's using one of our like barrel-aged bases.
Nice nose. It's really easy on the palate as well. Refreshing to be a really thick stout.
Yeah, you would expect a lot more, especially with one. Yeah, it's still in the fridge, but Carême that we had in the box last year, which is also like a super thick, super heavy imperial stout with a lot of coconut. That was a lot thicker, but this has more of a balance, and it's I would say it's quite easy drinking.
It's actually refreshing.
We're gonna keep some of this for like one of the later dishes. I think that has like a more creaminess to it, because I think this can go really well with that.
And like I said, this dish, it's super easy to make. Just fry some kale in butter, salt, some cheese, roasted nuts, some dried fruit. I had blueberries and some nice acidic dressing on top of it. So, what do you think?
And here, like the sauce really comes out nicely.
Yeah, the saltiness from the food brings the flavors from the sauce.
Yeah,
and I like the crunchiness from the macadamia nuts.
And again, with cheese, cheese is very Christmassy or holiday spirity. Also goes really well with both like fruity sours, but stouts as well, where you have sweetness and thickness that can go in with the thickness and the saltiness from cheese. It's a real nice combination.
Let's try it with beer. Never had this kind of food with a stout before. That's good. The food brings out a lot of chocolate in the beer. Oh my god, the beer got so much more chocolatey. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost like
more chocolate.
It's almost like the Elmer level of a chocolate now with the food. This is so cool when you have food and beers and pair it together. The beer that you drink before the food will become another beer with the pairing. What do you call it? If you take one kind of food, you get one beer. If you have another kind of food, you get another beer in a flavor palette. So it's pretty awesome what you can do when you play with the flavors.
There's one thing that a good friend taught me a bunch of years ago was when choosing beers for food or food for beers, you can either like contrast or complement. So either you can play along with the safe notes, so IPA and Gruyere.
Exactly.
Or you can go the other way around and have like IPA and really funky stinky cheese that wouldn't go together, but then you get something completely different, and that's interesting sometimes as well. It's just not always played safe.
Exactly, and sometimes it's actually the most weird combinations that are the most exciting that you will remember, like having a stout to a salad. It's pretty cool. You just have to find the way to balance to what's in the beer and what will go together with the food, and what's the contrast. You can have both a complement and a contrast in a food and a pairing. So just play around with it, and you will find your own taste. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. This was good. I'm happy with myself.
Me too.
Are you happy?
I did a lot of work today. A nice note with the blueberries too. For the salad, just add something to the beers as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess like a licorice note.
Yeah. I mean, I think we use blueberries we didn't use blueberries that much, and I think it's pretty good ingredients for a beer pairing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, or a stout pairing, I would say. I would save some of the. Oh, you just ate all yours. You can have some of mine later. It was good. It was actually awesome. What's next?
So, one of the questions we got was what I already mentioned. What about the golden ticket? So, in the boxes there were 6 different kinds of cards.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
cards. They were numbered with different numbers. That means different things for those that might know. So we had 11, 11, 8, 3, 1, 6, 6, 6, 46 and 2. Best Tool song ever. 42, the answer to everything. And infinite, just the infinite sign. There were a limited amount of each number. Some were only 1. There were so the 666 and 42. There were only 1 of them for each card. So they were like even better prices.
Mm-hmm.
And for some others, there were a few more cards. There are still some that are out in the open. So we still have some boxes. So there are still golden tickets floating around. And for number 11:11, you have won a special church merch kit that I'm going to put together. That can be anything from special glassware to t-shirts to special like hand-dyed t-shirts that we've made. That's only like 1 out of 1, so nothing that's going to be available anywhere else. And I'm going to be reaching out to the ones that have already emailed us. And if you're rewatching this later for some reason, just to look at me or us or something, you can, we will reach out to you with what you want. But special church merch kit, we have done some really, really cool merch lately at Omnipollos Church. 831, you have won a secret beer that maybe I'm not even allowed to do that. Yeah, but we are, because we're not based in Sweden. I'm not living in Sweden right now. This is a different country. You won a special beer that I'm gonna be sending out for you. Number 666 won one of these limited Carl prints. We did 40 of them, I think, or 25 some years ago. So special Riso print, Carl artwork prints in special Riso technique. Super nice. I have one similar to this on my wall, just on the opposite side of where the cameras are. Exciting, right? The 42 won a secret mystery box. That can be anything that I'm gonna put together from an undisclosed location. Because again, you're not really allowed to do that, I've heard. I'm just really bad at that. In the infinite sign won a special mystery merch box. So all kinds of different merch. It can be, again, anything from special glassware to maybe one of these, or anything that we have done throughout the years. I've been collecting and saving up on some of the special stuff over the years, just to have use for stuff like this. And 46 and 2, you won a little special something from Omnipollos Church. I can't really say more about that right now, but it's going to be coming as something special from Omnipollos Church that you won. So that's those are the prizes, or the awards, or the fun stuff.
I'm making more food.
Yeah, Michael is away doing mac and cheese-ish.
That's Christmassy mac and cheese.
Meanwhile, so what should you be drinking for mac and cheese? Maybe Icarus, which is another beer we released today. That's not part of the box, but it's a pineapple passion fruit sour, 6%, nice and sessionable for when you want to fly close to the sun. And it's the perfect summer beer, which is perfect now. This is 10th of December. I love summer in December. It's a real nice blend of pineapple passion from lactose or milk sugar and vanilla. So it's super easy drinking, just soft and tropical in a really good way. So that's something that you're going to be getting soon, and I think that's going to go really well with the fatty mac and cheese.
What you hear is the sound of me burning stuff in the kitchen. So this is a mac and cheese. I made this mac and cheese before on my channel, so there's actually a recipe for this with cheese doodles. And I made this with Västerbotten cheese and English cheddar, milk, and I'm going to burn it off, top it with onion chips. and some kale. So I'll bring that.
And meanwhile, cheers. Yeah, side seltzer. Hashtag. How is the saying go from Sällskapsresan? Man var ju nykter när man vaknar, men det började ordna sig. Something like that.
Are you getting drunk, Magnus?
No, but that's my father's ringtone. And he's like 80 or 75, and he has that as a ringtone. And it's like, yeah, you can't have that. That's really bad. You're apparently has a bad son influencing him in day drinking. No, but yeah, it's kind of, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this goes with the sour, the tropical fruity sour more than a stout. Like this is another dish where you could go for a stout, something heavy, something hearty, but then again, like to have something super creamy and then do something that's strong and thick and rich with sugar itself. Like that's go to McDonald's, buying a menu, and then go to Burger King and have another menu, and then you just have both. And it's nice to have a salad on the side.
So this is the way it looks. Creamy mac and cheese, a lot of cheese, some greens on it, and the crispiness from the crisps. And it's like a onion flavored Lay's chips or something like that. So yeah, that's right. Okay, let's do it.
I love mac and cheese.
I'm a master of making mac and cheese.
It's really simple, but it's really difficult. And,
It is, yeah. I mean, a lot of times when I eat mac and cheese, it's not enough cheese. It's bugging me out. So please put a lot of. What are you doing?
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Give me. Okay.
Yeah, no.
No. Sorry. Bad idea. Okay. This is good. That worked. That worked really good.
But another question we got more in relation to you coming and being part of this was when matching food and beer or any kind of beverage, what is, like we kind of touched upon it earlier, but like what is the most important thing? Like is it to like find contrast or balance? Is it about the setting, the environment, the people? In the same way as you said with champagne, you don't pop the nicest, most expensive champagne at 12 o'clock. You drink it earlier, or pearls for swines. Like you shouldn't waste something good. Or so I love drinking a PBR. A PBR to this would be amazing. You don't have to like overcomplicate it.
The thing is, when you have a PBR, that's a really bland lager. I don't think that's a pairing or a match. That actually is a beverage that refresh your palate when you eat something. So that's not even, it's like drinking water to something. It will work with basically everything. But when you have to think pairings, you have to think what the food is based on. This is fatty, it's hearty, it's a lot of flavors. You need something to cut through the fat. And a beer with a lot of acidity like this will cut through the fat. So you have to think of the food first and how to basically break down the flavors in the food to either complement or contrast to get a interesting combination, like salt and sweetness or fattiness that cuts through by the acidity. I mean, we could have a food and beverage lecture, but it will take too much time. But if you maybe want to see that on my channel, to have a course in how to think to combine food and beverages. I don't know. Hit me in the comments if you want to do that.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing like so part of Omnipollo vending machine was to do beer and cheese.
Yeah.
So part of a box would be to add a lot of cheese. We would select cheese. Michael would find the cheese for the beers that we're gonna do. We would vacuum in like what to do with cheese and beer. Like that's one of the most. I love cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. That's why I look like this.
Cheesy.
But, yeah. I was gonna say like blonde and fat, but no. But I love cheese. But when you do a beer tasting with cheese, it's always the classics, and that's kind of boring in the end because sometimes you want to go past the comfort zone and just do something that's like a little out there, but where you learn more about the relationship between, you know, like you have umami here, you have saltiness, you have this, you have that, you're lacking this.
A basic thought or basic tip when you're combining food and beverages, the beverage is what it is. You can't really do anything with it. And if you find a combination that's almost perfect, you can always tweak the food, but you can never tweak the beverage. So that's actually a leverage that the food has over the drink when you're comparing stuff. But this was a nice pairing.
Yeah.
And this is a hard dish.
Oh yeah.
You just, oh my God, you're fast. Well, okay. I still have my more beer.
Yes, we have one of my favorites that we had for the box last year, and that I decided to re-add because it's still one of my favorite beers, and that is the Noah Pecan Four Roses that we did last year.
Four Roses, isn't that a liquor?
It's a bourbon. So Noah Four Roses barrel-aged coconut imperial stout. So that and Lopez are very similar in like adding coconut, kind of a single barrel type, barrel bourbon. If I don't remember incorrectly, like we did use different base beers. The new one has more potentially as an aging, while this used more of like the regular Noah base.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, why not use the big glass? Because we need to drink
more.
Yay.
Ah, this is a good nose. Whoa.
I love this beer. And here you see the difference with Lopez and this one.
Yeah.
Well, Lopez was more easy drinking. This is softer. It has a more round mouthfeel.
It is, yeah.
And it's a bit sweeter. It has more chocolate notes.
This is a dessert.
Yeah.
This is a. I'm sorry, Elmer, but you just came second in my favorite beers of this style from the Omnipollos assortment. Oh my God, this is so good!
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, people did ask me why we added this to the box this year again, and yeah, just try it and you'll see why. There are not that many bottles left of it, and I'm just going to get them all for myself. This is just incredible.
If you take puku and put it on crack.
What is puku in crack?
The beverage puku and the drug crack. If you put them together, well, yeah. You know, the ones who know, they know. It's sold out. Yeah, there's no more of this. So why are we? I mean, I'm happy with that we're drinking it, but can you get this?
I have 10 bottles
Yeah.
stacked away in my secret stash at my office.
So
And I'm gonna keep them. I've been using them for stuff, but I'm just gonna keep them for myself. This is incredible.
there's no in the Christmas box.
Yeah,
Yes.
I used the last bottles for the Christmas box.
So the only way you can get this is getting the Omnipollo Christmas box. Sorry, guys. Or not sorry. It's a good box.
Yeah. And this one is just incredible.
This is. Damn, that's good.
I'm gonna be keeping that. In.
I'm gonna try it to the mac and cheese.
Yeah, me too.
That you had. Have some of mine.
No. Any questions or complaints or questions and praise? I like praise.
I never thought that I would have a thick stout to a mac and cheese, but it actually worked. I don't know why. It doesn't cut through, but the sweetness and the thickness of it and the saltiness from the cheese just go together. I mean, of course, it's sweet and it's salty.
But here, it's a trick, to really use like hard-boiled macaronis.
Yeah.
And the cheese that you use, like Västerbotten's cheese, not maybe use super fatty, salty cheddar or something that could be overpowered.
No.
The
main part is actually Västerbotten. That's really salty and heavy. So I like my mac and cheese with a lot of flavor. So this is a good mac and cheese. Good beer good pairing with.
Yeah.
Damn, you giving me
we
a lot of beer.
We should have fried this.
Yeah, we can say. I think I have some left. We can fry it later. It's a night snack.
2 thumbs up.
I'm gonna check out the more food. Tell me about the next beer.
Yes. So in between these, let's see what. Yeah, that was for this. So beer break.
Beer break. Yeah.
That's basically me drinking beer while Michael's gone. So one of the best, in my opinion, Swedish breweries are Friends Brewing. They make a tropical raspberry smoothie. That just, it's a tropical raspberry smoothie. That's just really, really good. And I wanted to highlight them because, this is like drinking tropical raspberry smoothie. Like if you would melt down like raspberry candies into a beer.
Do you have something for me?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay.
No, no. You get half of a half pour.
And if you hear a sound from the kitchen, it's a beautiful sound of an air fryer.
Take a shot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's incredible. So if you haven't checked them out, Friends Brewing Company.
Whoa.
No, fuck you. Or no, bad person.
You're a bad person. That's good.
So the next beer after this. Oh yeah, one of the beers that we added to the box. I can mention that now because they were all in the box. That's Plucking Feathers, a beer that we did with Kyle at Horace H. Dale's down in Oceanside, California, America. An old friend of mine and ours, and making some amazing barrel-aged beers, mostly stouts, but also sour beers. Focusing on like finding adjuncts that he's really good at. He's like a hazelnut guy, loves doing hazelnut beers. So we did a hazelnut and blueberry stout. And I couldn't find a bottle myself. So yeah, good on you guys. You have the bottles. I don't know what to do about it, but that's what I'm just going to talk about the beer. It's one of the most underestimated beers. It would have definitely gone super well with the food that you've been making, because blueberries and hazelnuts are also like typical Christmassy holiday flavors, especially with the salad that you did with the cheese and the dried blueberries. Would have been perfect with that. It's like dry and nutty, but it has like a blueberry note to it. We added just more and more blueberries. There are several hundred kilos of blueberries in there, and just an amazing beer. So you're lucky to try it. I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be drinking something else.
This
Salsa
is my Christmas chicken wings. I have a recipe for Korean chicken wings on my YouTube. I did the same the way I fried the chicken the same way, but I did a sauce made from tomatoes, soy sauce, cinnamon, apricots, and smoked pork. So hopefully this is going to be a Christmassy chicken wing. And I know you love chicken wings.
I love chicken. That's the only thing I'm eating.
So, I don't know. Should we have
There are gloves.
Yeah.
Down to left. And you forgot the tasty sour from
Tasty
France.
Where?
That you stole from me.
Okay. So, this is the way I love a good sticky chicken wing. I want it to be crispy on the skin and really sticky on the outside. So you need napkins or you need gloves when you eat it. So it's not pretty, but it's tasty. Gloves. Huh? Oh, there. Well. You started without the gloves.
Yeah.
Is this something you want me to do on the channel? Tell me in the comments.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, not using bad words. But fuck me, this was really, really good. Just all of the Christmas flavors without being too Christmassy.
Yeah.
Christmassy. It has like cinnamon without being spicy or.
The thing is, it spices in. I have the scones chili habanero in it.
And I have Midsummer, our Norwegian friends.
Yeah, and
their limited edition raspberry sauce.
I actually made the sauce not too heavy on the spices because if you're a couple of people eating it, you have different tolerance for the spice. So always bring extra chili sauce to the table when you're eating chicken wings.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Midsummer hot sauce, limited anniversary edition.
I'm a fucking genius.
This was amazing.
Oh my god. You know when you have, when you have it on a picture in your head, how it's going to be, and this is the first time I do it. I did the sauce this morning and just fried the chicken, so it's the first time I try it, and it's awesome. This is good. Yeah. Fun, right? Watching us eat. It's the welcome to the Omnipollo mukbang. This is good. Wow.
But especially with the midsummer hot sauce.
I'm gonna try that.
That we're hopefully gonna be see next week. I'm going to Norway next week to have a few tastings and events around Oslo, Trondheim, and eventually Bergen. And Midsummer are good friends of ours. We made the sauce that was in the box last year, the Noah pecan mud cake hot sauce that we did with barrel-aged Noah and Scotch bonnet was the Fata Morgana sauce. I can't remember what chilies they used, but Alex that makes the sauce, or just an incredible person and guy, hot sauce maker, and yeah, you have had several of their sauces, so happy to have this on the wings.
From a Swedish company, you guys make so good chili sauce. There's so much butter in this sauce, by the way.
I don't like butter.
The thing is, the butter will stay on the bottom, so it's not that bad.
But what should you go beer-wise for this?
It's pretty strong. So nothing, in my opinion, with too much alcohol heat or with too much hops bitterness. On top of my head, something more light with wheat or a lager style, but we just have stouts left, right?
Because that's what the box was. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe I will be. Oh. Do you have something in the fridge that works? Why not just Swedish Christmas beer? It's a lot of flavors in it, so it probably would work really good. And the thing is, like I said, nothing too much bitterness, too much alcohol, because the alcohol will bring the chili levels up. The bitterness will also bring the chili up. If you have something hoppy, just go with an ale or American Pale Ale or something like that, or more. Oh, what are you doing?
yeah. That's why I'm not invited to my own place.
You want me to make these? I'll do it for you guys. This is good.
The stout, you said.
And like I said, I never tried a stout to this kind of food, so maybe I will be surprised.
So here we have Noah Willet vanilla. So we used Willet bourbon, which is like a real nice bourbon, single type of bourbon. Of course, like the different barrels have different character, but here we just added more vanilla. We took the best barrels that we had and added more vanilla, just to balance up the vanilla that you already had from the bourbon.
Yeah. Do we need new glasses?
No, you just finished something out.
The thing was, it's pretty strong, and I feel that the alcohol from this brings out the heat from this. So, whoa. Should we take a break from the eating and finish it later?
Yes.
Do we need paper?
No.
No. Toilet paper. Okay. So this is dessert, basically, right?
Yeah. 13.5%. Also spent 20 plus months in Willet bourbon barrels that we brought over from the US. Took the best barrels we had of this, put them together, and added more of our favorite vanilla. There's like different kinds of vanilla that we use depending on what beer and like what kind of vanilla that we want to use.
Yeah. Oh, this is good.
But again, like this compared to maybe Lopez or especially like the Four Roses, like I would say that this is more in line with Lopez, more balanced and like fine-tuned in a way, but still like potent and rich and heavy without being too crazy.
But it's not the last beer we had that I really liked. It's really good, and it's a kid sister to it, more or less. Yeah. It's still really good. I would have preferred this one before the other one, just to comparison, but it's still awesome. I would not say no to this.
No, like, and again, 13.5%, but it's so easy drinking. It's really, really easy drinking.
And that's a dangerous thing with the Omnipollo beers. They're usually too easy to drink with too much ABV. So keep that in mind when you're chugging these down, because it's really easy to,
Like you said, you shouldn't be chugging these down.
No, you shouldn't be chugging these down. You should be sipping them like a fine wine.
But now it might just be the sweetness and the butterness from the wings.
Yeah, but we should cleanse our palates with a seltzer.
I want more of this because
you like it?
Yeah, but it's more coffee and
chocolate. Oh yeah,
now.
I want to try to clean a palate to see what happens with the beer.
Womp.
By the way, I love seltzers. Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. So much more easy drinking.
Yeah.
So instead of water, you can have seltzers.
Yeah, one thing gets you gently tipsy.
Exactly. This is good. This is awesome. How many beers do we have left?
There are a few. So I've actually forgot another beer.
Oh, you forgot a beer?
Yes. So the problem was, as the idea with these boxes were to make them special and limited, and to make sure that we fill them with the best possible beers that we have. Between box 1 and 2, we had special glassware that we ran out of because we only made 100 glasses of that, the gold ring glasses.
Oh, okay.
But in between this, we also ran out of the 4 Roses Noah that we just had. The one that was really, really good.
Yeah.
But then I forgot In Plenty Marshmallow Brownie.
Ah.
So In Plenty is pastry stout with like pastry-ish flavors, chocolate, vanilla, coconut, and similar to the ones that we've had.
Yeah.
But we add our like marshmallow treatment and marshmallows. But
You get something else.
did I say? The last beer that we have from the box is actually with kind of, I'm not gonna say like similar because they are completely different bases. The Implanted Marshmallow Brownie is not barrel aged.
No.
It's just very pastry-ish. But this one has been sitting on Buffalo Trace barrels, select Buffalo Trace barrels, for again 20 plus months. So yeah, over 1.5 years. And then we added lots of marshmallow. So you have like vanilla, you have that like sticky, slightly.
But when you brew these stuff, do you actually put in real vanilla? I mean, real marshmallows in them?
Sometimes, yeah. But what is the marshmallow?
It's sugar.
Sugar and vanilla.
Yeah.
So as with everything, it's in the presentation and in the leading the steering the consumer or the lover of beer or food or wine or anything, just to have an idea what it is what they're trying to like drink or eat. So if you're saying that this is gonna taste like a sand sandwich, what is that? No one would want to eat a sand sandwich, but then like, oh, it's dry, it's gonna be like sand corn, like
crispy, or
there's gonna be something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing here. Like people know what a marshmallow tastes like, and they would be like, "Oh, yeah, I get this marshmallow." And of course, we have marshmallows and like extra vanilla in this, reminding you of, doing yourself some s'mores, or when you were a kid and you were just downing marshmallows because this was Monday.
Yeah.
And that's the idea here.
But I mean, I believe that a lot of these styles originate from Omnipollo, and a lot of other breweries are, I'm not going to say copycats, because a good idea is always stolen. But Omnipollo is always in the front line of making new flavors that are, some people don't think it's beer, but I mean, it's still a beer base. So would you call it a floating dessert when you do beers like this? Or
I think without going into like the politics of beer or anything, the way I try to present this when I have tastings, or when I just talk to people, or when I'm just drunk at the bar and talking to people that don't want to talk to me, is it's there in the US there are 8,000 breweries, 9,000 breweries now. If every brewery would make one IPA, same with like in Stockholm now, there are burger places everywhere. Everyone makes a cheeseburger. How do you stand out with your cheeseburger?
Yeah.
If there are 200 burger joints in Stockholm serving a cheeseburger, how do you stand out? How do you differentiate between your cheeseburger and someone else's cheeseburger? And it's just from me, like there's nothing to do with Omnipollo, it's just my take on it. But you need to not differentiate and stand out, because there's no gain in standing out per se. But you want to find your own take and flavor and put your sign on something. And then you need to to do something. So if everyone is making an IPA or a stout, and then you would suddenly have 9,000 stouts, how do you have someone pick your stout? You need to add something. You don't need to add something to the beer, but you need to come up with something with the name or the artwork or the way you present the beer, and if possible to help them. Same with clothes. Like, why everyone can make a t-shirt, white t-shirt, but why are you choosing that specific white t-shirt? It might be that fit is what the kind of fit that you want. It's kind of cotton blend that you want. It's the brand that you want. And that's the same thing for beer.
Yeah.
For me, that you need to find a way to present your perception of what it is that you're trying to do. And in our case, it has always been what today is called pastry stouts. But like, I joined Omnipollo 7 years ago, and I remember one of the first times I spoke to Henok about stouts. It's like, I'm never going to brew a stout. Never. I don't brew stout. I can't brew stouts. Fast forward 2 years, and we were world famous for stouts suddenly.
No.
And it was at the time, again, this is like 7 years ago, Omnipollo were doing something, just trying to explain to people, like, this is a stout, Noah, pecan mud cake. You're like, oh yeah, I've had a pecan mud cake. Or have you? We're like, no, it's pecan mud cake. You have an idea what it's going to taste like. And that's, again, the same with the dish. Midsummer Night's Dream sandwich. People were like, it's a sandwich, but midsummer's okay. What's midsummer in Sweden? It's this and those flavors. It's like these ingredients. It brings you into a journey or something where you understand what it is that you're trying to do, more than just IPA, stout, hot sauce, chicken wings, like super spicy chicken wings. Well, then you're telling people that these are going to be even more spicier chicken wings.
Yeah.
But candy cane chicken wings. Well, then you understand that they're going to be sweeter. They're going to have some candy-ish flavors, something to it. Or you could just call them chicken wings, and it's just going to be like another chicken wing place.
But you're making beers that are not, I'm not going to say fulfilling dreams, but you're fulfilling expectations with the names of the beers, of people, what they're going to have. If they had the kind of cake that's on the label, it would probably taste like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that they have this perception. And you can call it a beer, you can call it a floating dessert or something like that, but still, at the end of the day, it's awesome product.
Exactly. It's still a thought-through product. And I love drinking Pilsners. I love drinking traditional style beers in the same way I love traditional style, like, home cooking. But this is as much of a brewed and loved and thought through product as any other beer would be.
Yeah.
And that's important to remember. In another 7 years from now, in the same way as 7 years ago, no one would ever think that I would be sitting here doing this, or we would be sitting here doing this with these kind of beers. Like, we didn't have seltzers 7 years ago. Like, we did the first Swedish seltzer. We were not just like super confident in putting that on the market at the time, but seltzers were a new thing, and I love seltzers, and people are still trying to figure out what is a seltzer.
Exactly.
So this is a neutral alcohol based beverage with fruits and our take on it. And hopefully one day, like in 7 years from now, people will be like, oh, do you remember when Omnipollo were trying to do seltzers in 2020 or 2019? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, they've been around forever now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, there is always a history to things.
Exactly, and this is a very easy drinking seltzer with nothing to it except good taste. But you have seltzers as well with fruits in them. I tried one with
this is fruit.
I mean the pineapple juicy seltzer that I tried a couple of months ago. What's that about? I mean, you take something and you develop it to something else. It was more like a slushy but no ice with a lot of pineapple in it. But
no, it's
still
just super fruit heavy. This is more cocktail inspired with the Paloma cocktail. We took the ingredients in a Paloma cocktail and turn them into seltzer. So it's 4.2 instead of like 14.2.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good way to drink drinks without drinking drinks with a lot of alcohol. So I really love these. But on the note of stuff that I love this shirt. What should we do with the shirts that you have? How would you do with the shirt that you want to?
I would say whoever wants one of these, or whoever wants this specific shirt, I'm not going to touch it with my dirty, shitty fingers. Whoever wants this shirt, this is a size large. There are only 8 of these made.
It's a small large. I mean,
yes, they run small. So whoever wants one, send an email to Magnus MAGNUS at Omnipollo OMNIPOLLO.com. That was very robotic. Magnus at Omnipollo.com, and whoever writes me first.
Yeah. So write an email to Magnus and get this shirt. It's an awesome.
That was the easiest way to get one.
Yeah.
But
look at this.
Speaking of shirts, the last dish.
Yeah.
Because I'm hungry. I'm really full. I've eaten way too much food. I haven't eaten all day, and my hangover is getting away now. So
okay, let's do some more food.
Yeah, because we're done with the beers, and yeah.
Okay. So this is a dessert, actually.
A dessert.
Yeah.
Of.
Okay. Should I plate it there, or should I? Okay.
Come here and plate it.
I'll plate it there. Okay. First of all, bread. Christmas is all about breads. So, kavring, fried in butter. So I wanted to take the kavring that has the bread,
dark rye bread.
The dark, but it's not really dark rye bread.
It is.
It's the spices in it as well. Because kavring is a lot about the Christmassy flavors as well. That's why I chose this as the base for the dish. And then I made a simple cream with cream cheese, whipped cream, and vanilla. So basically, cheese cake cream on it. Whoop. 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 And on top of that, of course, we need some lingonberries. So this is dried lingonberries in a powderish form.
Lingonberry powder. Freeze-dried lingonberry powder.
Exactly.
Kind of
like that. And we need the second, Bianca?
The jungle juice.
Yep.
So Chef Daniel made a lingon. So Bianca quadruple lingonberry pancake, the beer that was in the box. We also took the Bianca guava lychee passion fruit lassigose. And then he took orange zest and a bit of orange juice to just flavor it up in a more like Christmassy way.
Yeah. So after that, we should actually just put the jungle juice on these guys
Or girls.
Sorry, not gonna be that guy.
Or girl.
Or girl. And on top of that, I have no idea what these is called. It's called in English, but
Oxalis.
is it called oxalis as well? Okay. Oxalis.
I lied.
Okay, what is it called?
I served that on my waffles the other days. No, it is wood sorrel.
Yeah, sorrel. So this is my take on a Christmas dessert with the bread on as a base with all the spices, the cream cheese, cream, and the lingonberry, and the wonderful sauce that Chef Daniel did. So yeah, this is the one. Let's try it. Yep.
And to this we should be drinking. I know what.
You know what?
The most expensive kind of beer we did.
Right.
which is another stout that we did for last year's book. Noah Bliss Gourmet Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. So Bliss is a maple barrel. So the barrel aged maple, and then like Bliss Gourmet, they use that for maple syrup. And then again, they can add honey, they can add whatever into those barrels. They flavor produce with maple and some wood.
Cool.
And this is we had 500 bottles of this, and these are my last 5 bottles or something.
Whoa.
It's very like easy drinking and just like
but packs flavors.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try these guys. Or girls. I'm pretty happy with this.
I'm so full.
This is awesome.
And the Bianca sauce
Yeah.
is like orange.
Yeah.
Orange noted.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's perfect. Wow. I have to give my regards to Chef Daniel to make this jungle juice. And it worked so good. In my head, it was perfect, but in reality, it's wonderful. It's awesome. This is so good.
The rye bread with orange notes in the drizzle really worked.
Yeah. Oh. More covering in desserts. This is so good.
And with that, I think that rounds everything off, because now we've been drinking for 1.5 hours.
I can feel that actually.
Yeah. I've eaten so much food today now, or not today, but in the last 1.5 hours.
And it's been a pleasure eating and drinking with you, Magnus.
Thank you. I wish I...
You're such a douche, man. It's been awesome. And tell me in the comments what of these what kind of what of these foods you want me to do on my channel, and if you have some other ideas, just hit me up in the comments in my videos. Follow Magnus at Baby Manker Jesus or
Baby
Manker Jesus. And Omnipollo vending machine. And hopefully the guys from Omnipollo
follow Alltid Hungrig, Mikael Go.
Put that somewhere in the comments or something like that. So yeah, new subscribers, I will love that. I will definitely take your ideas and make them reality in my cooking show.
And I will take your ideas from the cooking world and put them into beers. We've done that with the burger beers.
Yeah.
I was cooking bacon for 2 days to put in beers, and yeah, it's fun.
And guys, if you want to see us doing other collaborations, tell us. That's I think it was fun. So
yeah, I would love to drink beer and eat with like Stevie Nicks or something. So if you know her, or can hook us up.
Do it. I think this is this has been fun. I hope you like this. And what are you doing?
Nothing. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you in my channel next week with more food and more beers at his account. Guys, thanks for watching. See you.
Boom.
Bye.
And that's always the awkward part where you go and turn things off and everyone can see me and they will judge me.
I think I will just stick to this. Magnus, say something. You're lying.
No. So I'm just gonna continue doing this, and I can just keep drinking beer because Michael left, and I.
Bye, Magnus.
Bye, Michael.
Så jag stängde av din också. Åh! Gud vad onykter jag blev. Vad tyckte du om maten? Vad kul. Det är första gången du äter min mat.
Ja, jag vet.
Det är fan stört.
Ja.
Det är andra gången jag gör det.
Ja, det är
Jag har känt mycket typ 10 år.
Det här är sjukt. Det är andra gången jag har haft min mat. På 10 år.
Okej.
Jag fan kunde
Amanda, kom. Kom. Jag visar inte. Det var
Ja, just det.
Kom. Du behöver bara stå här.
Hej
Hej Google. Hej Google. Sexy time.
Hur kan du inte slå på Carol's Whisper? Missed opportunity.